Today in Bikes BC, we challenge the gatekeeper. Kevin's bike takes a nap. We walk our bikes across some water. We go down this extremely rocky hill, and I jump my bike. But first, we need to get there, so let's go. And after what it's honestly some beautiful riding through some highways and a lot of really cool back roads, we make it to the dirt. It starts as a regular Forest Service road, but in order to get to where we're going, you need to make it through what I like to call a gatekeeper. Here he goes. I told ya. Nope. Get off and push it. Get off and push it. You stalled it. Are you up? You're almost up. Almost. Take a second. Take a second. Rest. Don't just rush it. There you go. You're up. I can see you struggling. Oh my goodness. You made it. Okay, now be ready to catch me when I'm coming up. Slippery stuff. Yeah, it is. I can feel it. I did it. And there we go. We're past the gatekeeper. From here on, the Forest Service road gets a lot narrower and a lot funner as well. It goes from just your regular Forest Service road to actually a pretty challenging road. And because of how tight it is, you get mostly small vehicles or purpose-built off-roaders. That kind of gives you an idea of where we're heading. Super fun, and honestly, it was more challenging than I thought it was going to be. The gatekeeper alone was not easy. It doesn't show it in video, but it's actually quite steep and the ground is very loose, which makes it not an easy obstacle. That's one that with the Tiger, we're probably, I don't know, yeah. I would have for sure. And I would have up. That made it more difficult for myself. Part of the reason we decided to do this ride is that we've actually never made it to where this road takes you. We tried about 2 years ago in our Jeep Wrangler. The Jeep was lifted, it had big tires, it had everything you could need and would ever need to get down to where we wanted to go. But when we tried it with the Jeep, it was snowy. That meant all the trees that you see making the road as narrow as it is were completely dry. Usually, I don't care about scratches, but that day it was constant screeching from the trees just scraping the paint away. And on top of that, we didn't know how much more difficult the road was going to get, so eventually we turned around. That means if we make it to our destination today, it will be the first time that we ever make it to the end of this road. And that makes it a really cool adventure. We are in unknown territory now, Karen. nerve in this. Oh, mud hole. Are you going, Kevin? You drop the bike, leave it down, I guess. How difficult is this turn? You got this. How does it look from there? Let me know when you're on the other side, Kevin. If you are. I'll come watch you. Okay, I'm gonna come watch. Oh, big rocks. You stalled. Do you want help?
I grew up on dirt bikes.
Sorry?
I grew up riding dirt bikes.
Good job. Now the big bike. Let's see how this goes, Kevin. There you go. I feel like I say this every time, but the video really doesn't do this justice. The rocks are huge, and on top of that the water makes it so that you don't know how much grip you're gonna have. On top of that, again, I know I say this as well a lot, but I'm 5'6". That means if I accidentally try to put my leg down where there's no rock, I am going down. That makes situations like this, where I don't know how much traction I have, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hit the ground, pretty challenging, because if I decide to stay on the bike, there's a big chance that I might drop it if I lose traction. That means sometimes I gotta be smart, which I have a really hard time doing, and get off the bike. I'm up. Completely out of control, but I'm up. Yeah, this is not an easy ride. Oh, let me pass on your right. Don't start. Let me keep going. Careful here. Careful, careful there. It doesn't get any less rocky up ahead, it gets actually worse. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. Big obstacles like the gatekeeper and where we just went through where I decided to get off the bike seem to get the most attention. But really, loose terrain like this, where you have a lot of big rocks, is where the real challenge is. Because it's not just about being able to get through a small section, you have to be able to have your composure and keep the bike moving for a much longer period of time. If you've ever ridden a bike, whether it's an adventure bike or a dirt bike on loose rock, you know how challenging it can be. And with my husband, who really doesn't have that much experience, especially in terrain like this, I was worried. But fortunately, things went better than I expected, and you'll see that on our way up. But needless to say, I was worried coming down this rocky hill. Yeah, okay, I'll wait. I'll stop there. Oh, this is a little better. Oh. Thank you. And after a final descent, we made it for the first time to our destination. And 2 years later, we're finally here, and I gotta say, it did not disappoint. But now, after enjoying the view for a while, it's time to get back up. And we know what's ahead. This is not gonna be an easy ride back. First challenge are the loose rocks, which, to be honest, was my biggest worry considering that I didn't know how my husband was gonna do coming back up this. Okay, 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 that's it. More rocks. Whew. I think we got past the worst bit though. Yeah, we're past the worst. Yeah, we're past the worst, Kevin. We did. Get back to rocks. And just like that, like you probably heard, we are past the worst of the rocks. I was extremely surprised with how good he did. He made it up without any hiccups and without any help. I am so proud and so impressed with how quick he's progressing. Actually, it's kind of worrisome. I'm supposed to be the better one at riding bikes. He better not get too much better. The bike wiggle underneath me. I'm going. Challenge number 2. Made it. Very good job. Good job, Paul. Good job. You did it. Fantastic. And your left. Oh, okay. It is straight, right? Are we at the hole? We are. I'm just going for it. And now the final challenge, the gatekeeper. Ready? Amazing. Let me turn around so I can record you. Oh, come on, Kevin, no! I noticed. If you get on it right there, you might be able to get momentum. Don't keep on the clutch, just let it go. There you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. You're getting it. No, you tried. You really tried. You want help? It's going, it's going. Oh, you had traction right there. The traction is more lucky. Good job, Kevin. Now that we're out, it was time to just have some fun. We found this cool jump and decided to hit it a few times. That was a pretty good jump. And with that, thank you so much for watching as I ride the 390. He better give me my 890 back though. That's my bike.